Hello, hello, crafty friend Stacy here for my Tuesday creative session. Well, I have a scrapbook layout sketch in front of me. That's right. We are switching it up this week. I have put away my card making supplies and we are doing a scrapbook sketch. So, what inspired me to do this scrapbook sketch? If you're part of my private Facebook group, and if you're not, be sure to find those links so you can join because every month I post for my group a scrapbook challenge and a card making challenge. And anyone that participates and shares their creation goes into a drawing for some Stampin' Up! Free Happy Mail delivered straight to them. And you can use any of your stash. This is a buster stash. So if you are part of that, this is my interpretation. If I were taking part in the challenge, I'm going to show you some tips and I'm going to create a page. This is a one-page layout. If you create both pages, great, make a companion page, but these are the directions for the one-page layout. Let me just zoom in for you so you can take a screenshot if you want of this. Again, it's posted in my private group, so if you want to make your way there and take part in this challenge, you will also have an opportunity to win Happy Mail. So here is our direction. So I'll zoom back out and I am going to make this. So last week, we had a girls' night and we went to go see Dirty Dancing in concert. It was so fun. I first thought it was a play, but it was in concert. So they so the movie was playing on a huge screen, and there was a orchestra played all the music to the song to the movie. It was amazing. I loved it. So I am going to scrap that night with one picture from our girls night, which my printer is not cooperating, so I'll show you my picture. Here's the picture. It cropped somebody off. I was trying to cut a 4x4, so I'll have to play with this later, but this is the picture that is going to be cropped down to a 4x4 to include one more of my friends here. And that was us on that night. So we are going to have some fun with our base page. So this is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be doing some smooshing and some splattering. So we're going to do that. And the paper pack that I'm featuring is the Beach Boardwalk. Beautiful collection of papers. So you get 6 different patterns, 2 of each, and this is the opposite side of each of those pages. I just cut them down so it's easier for you to see some of the uh, patterns. And like this one and this one and this one, it's a full pattern of all the palm trees. Everything is on the 12x12. So some of the additional colors that work with this: blackberry bliss, bubble bath, daffodil delight, granny apple green, lemon lolly, petunia pop, pool party, pretty in pink, secret sea, strawberry slush, summer splash, and timid tiger. And today I'm going to be focusing on pool party. So that's the color that I'm drawing out today with black, including some of the patterns from here. So I'm going to get this out of the way. So in my group, I post this image and then also I post this image. So this is from CTMH. I have so many books. Remember these books if you've been following me for a long time. Make it from your heart. So these are traditionally what I like to post. So that is a screenshot, and then it gives some examples to make. All right, so I'm going to bring in my base page here. That diagram went through all of the cutting dimensions. So again, I'm using my base page, and then I have my pool party, which is cut at the 10x10 according to the directions. But I added, so let me bring the directions back in. So this is this piece right here. Here's my pool party cut at 10x10. I'm also including 10 1/8 by 10 1/8, a black layer to layer this on. So you get that nice 1/8 inch. Look at how pretty that is going to look. But I just thought my white in the background was kind of bland. So I first was thinking maybe we'll do some ink blending with my brushes, right? Coming out the side. And then, if anybody follows me, anytime I do scrapbooking, I love to do ink smushing. I don't know what it is, but that's what we're going to do today. So if you haven't caught one of my older videos, you are going to catch me today doing some ink smushing. So I'm grabbing a piece of scrap that I'm just going to go around my paper with so I can cover my work surface. So I have a quart size Ziploc bag, okay? Something that fits your hand, nice size. And then I have my ink color that I'm going to use. All right. Now, again, I have one that's beautifully created. So if I mess up on camera, you'll get the point for the technique, but I have one ready to go. All right. So what I'm going to do is I am going to smoosh, exactly the name, ink smushing, smush my hand in my ink pad, right? Then make sure you have a water bottle. I'm going to spritz a little bit of water. I'm going to squeeze that up, and then I'm just going to be splotting. Okay, this is beautiful for water. I do this all the time. I do this all the time for my layouts, but lots of my layouts are like beach themed, and I just love this effect. So that's what we're going to do to create our background. But before we go further, you did need to cut out, if you're following along with that diagram, so you need 4 different patterns of DSP, and these are all 3x3 squares. So you need 3 of one pattern and 2 each of 3 different patterns. So those are all my 3x3 squares. And then I have all of my elements. Now, look at how fun this is. I cut this out on my Cricut, and this is print and cut. So I just thought that that font worked so well with Dirty Dancing. I don't know why I felt Dirty Dancing flair with that. So I found this font on dafont.com. I uploaded it to my Cricut, and then I also have In Concert. So I also cut this out. These are all the Cricut cuts that I did. I did print and cut. Okay, so that was for that. Here is my I saved my seat. So this is my ticket. So that's also going to be incorporated. I have my picture, like I said, for my 4x4 mat, but I have to play with that a little bit more. But I have my mat with pool party 4x4, and then 4 1/8, 4 1/8 for my black mat. So that is going to be my 4x4 picture when that gets fixed. And then I have just a few of some black hearts, these some enamel hearts from my stash that I had. I also cut the words Girls Night Out. Again, this is just cut from my Cricut in a print and cut fashion. And I have that, what is that? Where you have that bubble effect around it. That's what makes the black layering. I forgot what it's called in the Cricut, but you Cricut enthusiasts, you know what I'm talking about. And if anybody would like any tutorials on anything for the Cricut, I could certainly do that. And then this is 3x3 pool party, 3 1/8, 3 1/8 black. And I'm going to layer my girls' night out. It's going to kind of be a backing for my sentiment. All right. So now I went through all of that. Anything else I have on my desk is all my adhesives and anything I need to get this going. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my hand in my Ziploc bag. I have my pool party ink. I'm going to open that. All right. So all I'm going to do, let me zoom in for this here. We'll zoom straight down. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just smush my hand in my ink, just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to spritz. I will zoom out. I'm just in close right now so you can see exactly how much I'm doing. So this is just a Ranger Tim Holtz sprayer I have. I got this at Michael's. I'm going to do like a half of a spritz. Okay, just a half a spritz. Now I'm going to just squeeze that. Okay, so that's the consistency of what you're looking for with all those bubbles on there. So now I'm just going to splat my hand down, smush my hand down. That's it. No right, no wrong. Move your paper around. Okay, so now you see what I'm doing. I'm just going to take my hand out of here a second so I can zoom out so that I can do this now and you can see a better of my whole visual. So I'm going to again put my hand down, put a little bit of water, half a spritz, squeeze it, and I'm going to keep going all the way around. Now you can do two colors here. If you want to come back around in another pass, let's say I wanted to, you saw that I put 2 dabs, that's totally fine. Say I wanted to bring out Pretty in Pink perhaps is also in this set. In this DSP collection, I can come back around. I would obviously clean my Ziploc or get a new Ziploc and add in do the same exact thing with Pretty in Pink. Now, I'm focusing on the going around. I don't need the inside because all that's going to be covered. You see here, it's a little thicker than some of the other areas. Totally fine. Now, I think that I am totally good with this. I think I want a little bit more in this corner. So I'm going to move my paper here, put some ink on my Ziploc. Okay. And I'm going to, all right, just a little bit there. And I think a little bit more here. Perfect. That's exactly what I needed. So there is, look at that. That's all you do. All right. So I'm going to close this up. Now, I do want to get some black ink splats on the back here. So if you see in my paper, my template here that I already had done, you see all these black. Now, it's hard to see. Let's see, you get a little bit of it. That is my shimmer brushes that I have from my close to my heart days, but don't worry, Stampin' Up! Is coming out with colored shimmer brushes. I am so excited, you guys. Okay, enough. But I still have a ton from my close to my heart days. Okay, so you can do this with shimmer brushes if you have colored shimmer brushes, or you can do this with your Stampin' Blend markers. So on this, I had done it with my shimmer brush, but for today's video, I'm going to do it with my Stampin' Blend marker so you can see how you can get the same effect. It just will not be okay. There's a great shot. You see how the sparkles are shimmery because it's black shimmer brush, but we're going to do it today with that. And I have here, as always, one of my pizza boxes. So this is where I do, just look at how messy. This is where I do all my inking, you guys. And I just keep turning it over and turning it over. And then I get a new box. But these were the the close to my heart boxes, and they were great. I don't get them anymore. So all I do is I kind of just put that in here to protect my work surface. So the way to do this is I'm going to use this tip right here. So you see you have that brush tip, and maybe it's called a chisel tip. I'm going to use that, and we are going to flick that end in the cap. So as if, say this was the cap, you're flicking, and you're going to do it down low. Don't you just love how I demonstrate everything? I'm using my artificial nail. So you're going to flick, and that is going to create your splatters. Okay, so okay, can I get that off? All right, so let's go. Ready? Don't be afraid. Nope, I'm not getting any. Nope, Stacy, I'm a dum-dum. I'm using the wrong edge. You want to use the brush tip, knucklehead. All right, let's do the brush tip. This is going to make it. Yeah, there we go. Chisel tip, that's the hard tip. Okay, see? It's doing the exact same thing, and I'm controlling it by how close or how far I am. So, same thing to your liking, however many sparkles, I mean, splatters you want to put there. So that's how you can do your splattering if you do not have shimmer brushes. So let me just get my box out of the way here, and let me bring in both to compare. So here is my first one done with shimmer brush. And here is my second one that we just did done with my Stampin' Blends. Same exact. So what I'm going to do, you know it, I'm going to keep one because they both came out beautiful. It doesn't matter, one's shimmery, one's not. And I am going to use one for my companion page. But for now, we are going to continue on creating. So let me get my base which base page do I want to use to create today? I don't know. They're both like exactly the same. I'm just going to use the one we did today. So that's that one without the shimmer. Okay. So let's get going. So now we're going to bring in our panels. This is going to be a super easy design, you guys, that you can use over and over again. So remember, these are all 3x3 squares. So we have 3 of one design and then 3x3 square, 2 of each design. And I promise you, these are different. Look at the underside. Okay, this one has more of that timid tiger in it, and this one has, I don't know, berry burst, perhaps. Okay, and then another two pack. So we're gonna take our base. Now look at how great this is gonna look up against that now, right? Instead of just plain white, looks so much better. So first what we're going to do is we are going to want to adhere this down. So whichever glue you prefer to scrapbook with. I have so many different glues on my desk. Yes, I know that just fell. Where did it go? And I have so many different dry adhesive tape runners and liquid because something always runs out. Something's always dried out only when I need to record or go live, right? Right. That's only when it would happen, no? Okay, so put that down. I went over a little too much here. I got no give on this Stampin' Up, so I'm a little thicker over here. That's okay. Because, okay, I'll put this way then. Now we want to center that and adhere it right in the middle. So again, a strong adhesive of your choice. We had so much fun on this girls' night. So I have a fun group. This is my daughter's boyfriend's mom, myself and my daughter, a friend of the mom's, and then her other son, his girlfriend, and her mom. So we are a fun, great group of ladies that get along great. And every month we do something else and we all get to pick what we do. So this was Lisa's month and she selected this. Last month was mine and we did painting with a twist. It was so fun. I'll have to do a scrapbook page on that. Okay, so now I'm going to take my 3x3 squares, the one that I have the same design of 3, and I want 2 there and I want 1 down here in the middle. Then I'm going to come in with another 2 and they're just going to go here, just kind of a random pattern. No, this one I think is here. Yes. And then these 2 here. Yep. And then this one here, this one here. Right. Okay. So that is my pattern. Now, if you wanted to mat these, I was considering that. I would probably drop these down 1/8 of an inch, so probably 2 7/8 by 2 7/8, and then mat it on a 3x3 so that it all worked out on my, and I didn't have to reconfigure any additional measurements. So we're going to get those squares down. and move in my silicone mat here, like using that. And we're going to go and piece it down in these squares. And then, I don't really need to line this up with a ruler. I'm totally okay using my eyeballs that are not great. So I don't know if I really should depend on my eyeballs. Okay, that looks good. Like I said, very easy layout. This is also a great layout that would be fun for a shadow box frame, which I've done. And I'm looking at it right now. It's actually, it's on my wall. It's an underwater theme. Let me show you how cool this is. Can I take it down? Yes. So I made this. My husband was on the cover of a magazine. Look at how fun that is. It's just a one-page scrapbook layout. But the point is, see, I put it in a shadow box frame. It's one of those big frames, but I thought that was kind of cool. So just a fun idea. If you want to give somebody a gift, you can always make a one-page scrapbook layout and put it inside a shadow box frame. Just some ideas. Let's keep this down so we can have some alignment here. So we look like we're coordinated, right? And everything aligns perfectly. We're just using our eye. So yeah, it was really fun. Like I said, I thought it was going to be a play at first, but man, was I pleasantly surprised. And if you know Dirty Dancing, that was such a fun movie. God, I think I can remember first watching that. I don't know, maybe I was like 10 or 12 years old, and just like always dancing and singing the songs. And yeah, what a great movie. God, and seeing Patrick Swayze, how young he was in that movie. Oh my God, and gorgeous. So fun, so fun. This brings me back, right? Fun memories. All right, so we are almost done gluing this down. Our 9 3x3 panels. Makes a fun design. Okay, so now just think of like anything you want to incorporate into your layout. So like I said, I'm going to use my ticket. This is just going to be for my focal main image. It's going to go right there. And again, we are following the diagram. Let me bring that back in. If you missed, let me do a close up so you can get the measurements. In addition to your 12 by 12, you need your 10 by 10, but I matted it on a 10 and 1/8 by 10 and 1/8 black, so I incorporated that. You need 4 different types of DSP for 3x3 squares, and then here's your 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 pool party, and then I added 1/8 of an inch black, and then I incorporated a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 just for my sentiment. Okay, I just wanted to go through that again in case you were just joining me. Okay, and then I'm going to put my sentiment, I'm thinking here. Ooh, let me zoom back out. I think this looks so fun in concert in that different font and different colors, right? Love it, love it. And then I have some of these music notes. I wanted to put some here. I'm just laying everything out. I like to lay everything out first and then start tacking it down. It's going to camouflage my black around there. I'm going to pop this up. I love to pop up my photo mats. So I'm going to add some foam tape. I love popping up photo mats. Okay. Oh, do I want to take that off yet? Yeah, I can put that down. We're ready to go. I'm ready to commit this piece. All right. So this is just going to go like centered between these 4 squares right there. And then we'll build off that. Cool. Okay. I do want to pop this up as well. So let's get some dimensional on that. I love, love, love dimension. I do have all of our dimension, but I have to invest in like stuff off Amazon because I use way too much of it. I would be severely broke. I'd probably have to have another job to pay for my um, foam adhesive obsession. Okay, so this we kind of want. Do we want it off? We kind of want it like right, a little bit right about there. Okay, cool. All right, let's get our sentiment down. I already put some foam on the back, so I'm just going to pull this off. Again, I made these on my Cricut. I got the font from defont.com and I just cut it out. I also got that font for in concert from defont. Okay, so we're gonna put this right about there. And I used my little mini 3-dimensional adhesives for this. I hope you're loving my channel. If you're new here, please say hi. I love to interact with you in the comments. If you are catching me on YouTube or if you're on Facebook, all my links where you can find how to stay connected with me, you'll find all that in the description. I also have pre-made card kits and downloadable tutorials, which you can find all of that in my store. Again, all the links you'll find. This is not even, so I need to pull this up. We're going to do a little bit of craft surgery here, right? I want to get that in line. I got to move this back. Okay, that's good. Perfect. All right. Then we have this piece here. I'm not going to pop this up. I'm just going to lay this one straight down. This panel. And again, I'm just going to kind of overlap my sentiment. It's going to be hanging off of this a bit. I just want that kind of like down here. There we go. Okay. So girls need out. Like something like that. Or girls night out. Maybe like that. I think I like that. Okay. So do I want to pop this up? No. We're just going to, I'm going to use this adhesive. We're just going to put this straight to our paper, to our layout, I should say. And it's okay that it's overhanging a little on top, no worries. So I'm going to add some fun elements. Okay, let's get this music note down right there. Let's get this one. Some adhesive. I'm gonna put that there, and we'll take this one, do the same thing. And I got some cute butterflies I wanted to incorporate in this. I don't know why the butterflies, but I'm going with it. I'll show you. Hold on. How do we want to? Just like that, like the music note. Okay, what else do we got? So we got these. About, how's that looking? Fun, right? Those couple of embellishments, we will use liquid gold for that. Right. Actually, I'm going to rub some. You can put adhesive on those too if you have an easy tape runner that's easy to handle. Or liquid glue, whichever you prefer. That's what I'm saying. I use so many different adhesives. I have so many different things just at the ready on my desk. Okay. What else do we got here? All right, now these cute little butterflies. This is from a set of last year that we had. I just thought they were super cute. I want to incorporate them, and I'm folding the wings up, and I cut their bodies out with some very burst glitter paper. So I'm folding the bodies up, and I want to put 3. So I don't know where I want to put them. I'm going to put one here. What do do? Maybe one over here that looks good. And do we want a third? Or is 2 good enough? Maybe just one here and Let me go just flying. No, I want 2. Just like that. That's how I'm going with it. Just like that. Okay. So I'm just gonna put glue in the middle of his body because I want the wings to pop up. Just like that, and the same this time. All right. Lastly, I am going to come in with, now, again, decisions. I just draw pearls. I have these pearls that were from a paper pumpkin at one time, or I have strawberry slush and pretty and pink gems, which kind of go with this. So I think we're going to go with this one. I think what I'm going to do is just going to, let's use these lighter ones. I'm just going to put, I want a few. Gems near each of the butterflies. Okay, right there. Maybe we'll put another one there. One in 3 spots. Here. And okay. I think, oh, is that one? Yes, that one's down. It just has to dry. Okay. I think we're finished. What do you think? Let me put my little pin in my glue so it doesn't get messed up. What do you think? Let me zoom in just so you can see some of the detail. So there is my Dirty Dancing in Concert and some of the elements. Again, I cut out the words using my Cricut in print and cut, and we just did some ink smooshing. We splattered with our Stampin Blend marker and a very simple, easy design. So I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you give me a thumbs up, a like, a share. Come play in my private group on Facebook and have a wonderful, wonderful crafty day. Thanks so much for joining me in today's creative session. Take care now.